Well, I'm joined by my guests at this hour. Joining me is former Indian cricketer Ashok Malhotra and Deputy Editor of Hindu Rakesh Rao. Welcome, gentlemen, on the show. Ashok, that last ball Bumrah bowled, if you were to describe it, how would you describe that last ball?
That was a Bumrah special. You know, that is what he's known for. That is his trademark ball. You know, and he yorked them. I mean, the best of batters don't have an answer to this kind of a yorker. And he bowled at the right time. You know, he picked up 2 wickets when India really needed them, when Hussain and Elgar were trying to build a partnership. So that is why Bumrah is Bumrah. That is why we call him Boom Boom Bumrah. He really boomed and got those 2 wickets. And I think I always said it's a game, set and match to India until unless the rain gods intervene.
It will perhaps be the rain gods versus Jasprit Bumrah tomorrow. Rakesh, coming back to you, there is an incredible piece of stat that my director was showing on the screen. There are 6 times Jasprit Bumrah have got wickets with Yorkers. That itself reveals the quality this gentleman, this bowler, Indian fast bowler has.
See, when we talk about this boy, I mean, you know, for me, the kind of angles that he's capable of getting, you know, everybody has a point of delivery which most of the guys know. But when it comes to, you know, like Bumrah, he's one of those guys who can release the ball from more than one angle. And that is what makes him such a difficult customer. And what we saw today, I mean, he's not known to produce such, you know, like in-swingers at all. But look at the way it swung in. I mean, that was something. And then, of course, Yorkers, we know that he's capable of, you know, sending one at any time. I mean, you can't really, you know, expect him or you know, to slow down a bit and say, okay, the ball is still not ready for me to actually release it the way I want to. But he makes it happen. He's not the sort of guy who waits for things to happen.
He has also reached a special milestone of 100 wickets away from home. But Ashok, credit to the South African batters, the way they resisted the barrage from Shami, Bumrah and Siraj. They could have easily been 7 or 8 wickets down.
The way wicket is behaving and the way Indian pace attack is bowling. You know, if Bumrah will not get you, then Shami will, and Shami will not get you, then Siraj will. You know, so it is a phenomenal bowling attack, and this wicket has got a lot of life in it for fast bowlers. And our pace battery is bowling in the right area, getting the right bounce, and absolutely they're not giving any room to these South Africans. And as I said before, South African batting is very, very brittle. Dean Elgar, he's a tough customer. But others, you know, be it Hussain, be it Peterson, be it Markram, you know, they are not that effective and technically not very, very correct. And then after that, one more wicket. It's Bavuma and Deacock, and then it's a long tail. So even if we get maybe a couple of hours tomorrow, it'll be a game, set and match to India.
Rakesh, would you say it'll pretty much be the resistance from Dean Elgar that we are going to see, and the rest of the pack is going to fold in very quickly tomorrow?
Well, Dean Elgar has shown that, you know, you can stay at the wicket and come out alive at the end of the day. Because after day 1, we haven't seen anybody do that. If you look at the Indian scorecard, people went in there, got some runs, but nobody showed the willingness to stay at the wicket. It was as though they wanted to trade their wickets for quick runs. But here, the situation demands that a man of Dean Elgar's ability. Now, also remember that he plays only one form, and that is he plays only the 4-day games, 5-day games. That's it. No, and he doesn't play white ball cricket. So that kind of shows the way he applies himself. Today, also, we saw that he knows which ball to leave, which ball to play. And of course, he had his share of luck also. But at the same time, I think he's a class act. And when I say this, it's in a very limited context. Because if you see the entire team, the entire South African team there, nobody has shown that kind of application. He got out cheaply in the first innings. He has definitely made amends so far, and the entire, onus of saving the match, it seems to be on him at the moment, because the people who are going to follow are not the ones who are going to stay at the wicket for far too long.
Mm-hmm. And more, as you mentioned, it's more important to know how to leave the ball than to play the ball in these circumstances, perhaps. And talking about the Indians, you mentioned how they got out, perhaps they got into a one-day cricket mode, wanting to go for quick runs before declaration, and there was a batting collapse. The team management isn't getting impatient about Pujara and Rahane.
I'm Rika, really amazed the coach what he's saying. I mean, you are patient with them, but you're not patient with the youngsters. You chuck them out after they score 100. You're not patient with them. I mean, how much patience you need? It's 2 years now. They haven't scored runs. 2 years they haven't scored 100. 3 of them together. They're averaging 24, 26 and 19. So how much patience you really want? I really don't know. There's different yardstick for different people. I understand they have been great players. But then why don't you go back, tell Rahul Dravid to don the pads and go out there and perform? That is history. Absolutely. What Cheteshwar has done or Ajinkya has done, we all appreciate it. But now time has come for them to make way for the youngsters, somebody like Hanuma Vihari, Shreyas Iyer. So I'm really amazed at the think tank and the and the coaching staff.
Particularly Hanuma Vihari, who was sent there, and he was there with the A team to figure out the conditions out there. Rakesh, one last question to you. Having followed Indian cricket for so long, do you think that once India wins in Centurion, it'll paper over all the cracks?
No, not really. I don't think so, because see, we have to take one match at a time, and let's not look too much at history that we haven't won here. So when you look at the quality of opposition, you also look at the conditions, and also when we perform, let's look at the performance. And again, I'll repeat, not the performers. Indian team has very few performers, and the performance still looks good. That's because the middle order has failed consistently for years now. Barring that 100 from Rahane, that was also
in Melbourne
almost
a year
52
back.
weeks away. Nothing. But overall, I think we still have a lot of areas for concern. And what Vikram Rathore is talking about, it's nothing but diplomacy. I mean, he's not being honest, and the Indian cricket fans, they know that. It's not about being patient. And I completely agree with every word about what Ashok Malhotra ji had said. Spot on. He has nailed it completely. Because I think we can't be talking too much about this, that, we are patient and not, I mean, we have been unfair to a lot of youngsters, and let's not forget that.
Well, the youngsters need to be blooded in at the right time. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining me on the show at this hour. Of course, India is looking to win the Centurion Test on the final day. That's the 5th day coming up tomorrow.